I was working in consulting up in Boston for a large strategy consulting firm, focusing generally across industries, but specifically I spent a lot of time working for nonprofit organizations and foundations. The first time I worked for a nonprofit, I had just kind of been staffed on the case and I didn't have a particular interest, but what I really loved about working for them was that you could have an immediate impact. The people who work at nonprofits their resources are stretched so thin that they don't have the time a lot of times to kind of think about the big picture and what are some ways that they could use the dollars that are so limited to them in a more impactful way. So you can go in there and just in a few months see change in the children who you're working with or in the community that you're involved in. The thing that I've most enjoyed here at Wharton, and it was the most surprising thing that has transformed me, was a venture I took sailing in the Caribbean. And it was for spring break, and I expected it to be fun. You're sailing in the Caribbean. But I didn't expect to learn as much about myself as a leader and as a teammate as I did. Coming back from the sailing venture, we had a very intensive 2-month learning team period. And so I've learned to step back a bunch. I've learned to, quiet some of the instincts inside of me to be a kind of more stubborn leader that I think that I had been. And until I heard on the boat that was how I was perceived, I didn't quite know why sometimes my ideas weren't being accepted by the group. And now I have some tactics that I learned in the field to use with my team. I want to find a organization where I can volunteer for 4 to 6 weeks, and I really want to be on the front lines. I want to go somewhere and be working with children or helping to build a hospital, because I think that here we get so many great chances to kind of think at a higher level, think at the level of a CEO, and you're constantly putting yourselves in those shoes, and I want to have a chance to kind of step back from that a little bit and see what it's like to be on the front lines of a lot of these organizations.